There is a man in this story who loses everything. His land, his family, his friends, his children, his grandchildren, one by one. By the end, he has an old ox. And he has named the ox after himself. His name is Fugui. This is Hua To live. Fugui is the son of a landlord. He has money, land, servants, and a beautiful wife named Jajun. He wastes all of it. Not through bad luck, through choice. Every night, Fugui goes to the gambling house in town. Every night, he loses a little more. One night, Fugui loses the house, the land, everything his family built across generations. He walks home at dawn through fields that no longer belong to him. His father, a man who never forgave weakness, dies of shame within the month. Fugui has gambled away a man's life. And he is still only 20 years old. Jajun does not leave him. She is pregnant with their second child. They rent a plot of the land that used to be theirs. Fugui learns to farm. His hands blister. His back breaks. For the first time in his life, he works. He discovers something unexpected. He can survive. Then the civil war arrives. Fugui is on his way to buy medicine for his sick mother when the nationalist army sweeps through the road and takes him. Not into battle, into forced labor. For 2 years he carries supplies, buries the dead, and watches men freeze. He has no way to send word home. Jajun waits. His mother dies not knowing if her son is alive. In 1949, the communists win. The nationalist soldiers lay down their arms. Fugui is released. He walks home. He walks for weeks. When he arrives, he finds Jajun, his daughter Fengxia, and a son he has never met, a boy named Yuqing. For the first time in years, the family is whole. Here is the darkest joke in the novel. The man who cheated Fugui at cards, the man who won all his land, is now a landlord. And landlords are being executed. Fugui's gambling saved his life. If he had kept the land, he would have been shot. He watches his old house from a distance. He feels nothing he can name. The 1950s arrive, and with them, collectivization. The party takes everyone's land and forms communes. Then Mao announces the Great Leap Forward. China will produce more steel than Britain. Farmers melt their cooking pots to meet quotas. Sparrows are exterminated because they eat grain. The harvest rots in the fields because no one is allowed to harvest it. They must make steel. Then comes the famine. Between 1959 and 1961, tens of millions of people die. Hua does not give you statistics. He gives you a bowl of sweet potato porridge that Fugui's family divides into 4 parts. Each part smaller than a fist. And the sound of Yuqing asking if there is more, and the sound of silence that answers him. Through the famine, Fugui's son Yuqing tends the village's sheep. He runs everywhere. To school, to the fields, back home. To save time, he wins a race at school. He is faster than any child in the village. He is 12 years old. He is full of the particular energy of boys who do not yet know that the world intends to break them. The county governor's wife needs a blood transfusion. The hospital calls in children from Yuqing's school to donate blood. The nurses take too much. They take it too fast. Yuqing dies on the table. He is 12 years old. He was running home to show his father his race medal. The medal is still in his pocket when Fugui arrives. Fugui is not allowed to make noise. The governor's office is nearby. He carries his son home in silence. Fugui's daughter Fengxia lost her hearing and speech to a fever when she was small. She is kind, capable, and completely unable to defend herself in a world that does not accommodate her. The village finds her a husband, a man named Xi, a simple, loyal man who pulls a cart for a living. Fengxia cannot believe her luck. She laughs with her whole body on her wedding day. During the Cultural Revolution, experienced doctors are sent to the countryside for re-education. The hospitals fill with inexperienced young Red Guards who have studied Mao's Little Red Book. Instead of medicine, Fengxia goes into labor. She gives birth to a healthy boy. Then she hemorrhages. The guards cannot stop the bleeding. Fengxia bleeds to death on the table where her son was just born. The boy is healthy. He is named Kugan, bitter root. Jiajun has been ill for years. She held herself together through the gambling, the war, the famine, the loss of her son, the loss of her daughter. Now she lets go. She dies quietly. She tells Fugui she does not regret marrying him. He does not know what to do with this information. He sits beside her for a long time. Erxi raises Kugan alone. He pulls his cart. He feeds the boy. He visits Fugui. He is one of those people who absorbs grief quietly and keeps moving. Kugan grows into a small, serious child who eats beans very fast because he is always hungry and has learned not to wait. Erxi is killed in a construction accident. 2 cement trucks close together faster than anyone expected. He dies at the worksite. He is 34 years old. He leaves behind a 7-year-old boy and a father-in-law who has now buried his wife, his son, his daughter, and his son-in-law. Now there are 2, Fugui and Kugan, the old man and the boy. They live together in the small house. Fugui teaches Kugan how to farm. Kugan teaches Fugui how to be patient. Fugui watches the boy and feels something that is not happiness exactly but is the nearest thing he has found to it. Kugan loves beans. He eats them the way only hungry children eat, with complete concentration, as if the beans might be taken away. Fugui buys him beans whenever he can. He watches the boy eat and thinks, this one will survive. This one is made of something hard. He is wrong. Kugan eats too many beans on an empty stomach. He is so hungry. And the beans are new. He eats until his stomach bloats. He dies of it. He is 7 years old. The last person Fugui loves dies because he was given too much of the only food he loved. There is no lesson here. There is only Hua. Refusing to look away, Fugui buries Kugan. Then he goes to the market. He buys an old ox no one else wants. A tired, swayback animal they were going to slaughter. He names the ox Fugui, after himself. Every day, Fugui plows the field. He talks to the ox. He calls it by the names of everyone who died. Jiajun, Yuqing, Fengxia, Erxi, Kugan. Work hard. Don't be lazy. Fengxia is watching. The ox does not understand. The ox keeps walking. Fugui keeps walking behind it. Hua was asked why he wrote this book. He said he heard a folk song in which a man argues with death. And death loses. Not because the man is brave, but because the man simply refuses to treat death as unusual. To live is the title. In Chinese, Hua To, not to survive, not to thrive, just to live, to keep the verb active. This is what Hua understood about the 20th century in China. And perhaps about any century, anywhere, that the capacity to go on is not heroism. It is not hope. It is something more stubborn than both. Fugui loses everything. He names his ox after himself. And he keeps plowing.